Hey, good evening. Welcome to the Filth channel. We are in this corner, so you know what that means. We are into it for the tape heads. This is the tape delay. We are listening to Old Tower with Triton Reef Spires, his newer EP that came as a bonus tape for the entire package done by Hospital Productions. It's the subterranean or the submerged sea themed tape that he is doing, or the way he is going. I think it's a bit of a teaser for what is to come, or the themes he will be looking into. It has a bit of text on here. Diamonds flicker on azure surface, limestone burning in heat. These waves of thought flow in dreams of ancient gods, lost in aquatic meditation. Triton Reef Spires rise from below. So that is what is playing. Then it is a tape delay, so you know what's up. A bunch of tapes, I think about 20 or a bit more, all divided nicely into chapters. I don't have a lot of promo. I just wanted to show this because this came in with an order. This is new Vanenberg with Fault, I think. The new EP on Nattetale, Triumphant Black Metal, available beginning of 2020. So you know that's coming, which is always good news. Before we dive in, I have some tapes that just came in that I have no idea what they're about. I did a order from Hate Meditation, which had Slutet merch. That is new shirt go up. Don't be fooled. This has nothing to do with political stuff. It is just the Uppsala shield. But yeah, finally managed to grab some Slutet merch. Great band. Hope to see a bit more from them before they are completely done. But there was also this in there, a complete mystery tape. Talked to the guy from the label a bit. And this is Asuras with Demo 2015 and Demo 2009. So a compilation tape that they put out some time ago, it seems. But yeah, that is in there. Maybe this will be playing, maybe one of the two next. This is an order from Signalrex that landed in my mailbox today, and this is Diabolical Full Moon, the extra tape I picked up with The Pagan Wolves Will Rise Again, a duo. I'm not sure where they're from. Newer band, I would say. Newer is, yeah, I don't know. Not too much about them. It just looked the part, so I added it to the order. This is a duo, Gibils and Leshy, I think, that is entirely inspired by the Temple of Full Moon from Poland, mid-90s scene. So we will have a bit of fun with this. Diabolical Full Moon worships the 90s Polish black metal. Music is dedicated to all the black souls who supported and support the true undergrounds. Hail the Temple of Full Moon. So yeah, you know kind of what sound this is going to be. And then what I did the order for, and this is actually very curious about this tape, so this will be playing next. This is the Mesmerism with As Angels in the Night of Lead, the fourth offering by Feral Hearts, the American label that did Desert Eagle, a track that a tape that I'm always blanking on because it's completely black, and then the old one, Gash, that came out 2020 already, I think. But yeah, this is their fourth tape, or their fourth offering, if you will. Know nothing about, just blind bought it when it showed up on European soil, and yeah, because of the strength of the label, this will prove to be a worthwhile get. So expect this to pop up next. There you go, into the official tape delay. There is a bunch of gifts. Actually, the channel is doing quite nicely if you look at the gifts, I guess, or the tapes I got in for free or through trade. So that's what it's all about. The first two came from, I don't think he wants his name out there, from D, I would say. He has a channel on, or a Instagram page that he doesn't want to have known because it's private, and he is going to start a YouTube channel. When that pops up, I'll talk about it. But yeah, hey Tom, see you soon on Instagram. Have fun with the tapes. There we go. Nice little golden orange card that came with it. And what he offered me, or what he gifted me when we did the last tape delay, we were talking about necromantic worship. And I was saying that I was in need of the spirit of entrance into death. And he gifted me both tapes. These are the Nuclear War Now releases we talked about in the last tape delay. But yeah, this was one of the best days of the year already when these came in. So never thought I would see these in the collection. D, thank you very much. And yes, we will talk soon. First pile, done. The second track, or the second tape, is also a gift, and I'm going to look it up because all of the Instagram monikers. This is by Dead Doom _metal, one of those Instagram pages that shows covers of records, new and old. Yeah, Dead Doom, so mostly Dead Doom releases. Do him a favor and just follow it. He didn't ask anything, but just, you know, follow his Spotify playlist, and that is the least I can do, or that you can do. He has some good tunes on there. He, once again, one of the tape delays that I think second to last, I was asking for Putrid Marsh or Goblin stuff, if anyone had some for trade, and he had this one, and this is Putrid Marsh, the Two Tales of Terror tape on Phantom Lure, Belgian label. And the last, because I was looking at our conversation, the last thing he said is, it's kind of funny that it came from Belgium only to return to Belgium half a year later or something like that. But yeah, artwork always on point on Phantom Lure. And this is the Mr. Goblin, one of his, I talked about it a few, Tales of the Hellfrog, and the other side is Sickly Fungus. There you go. Nice tape that he sent my way. There you go. All sound and visuals conjured and captured by the reclusive goblin. Swing the sword of sorrow to slash away the beasts that reside within the putrid marsh. So yeah, finally digging into some of his stuff. It's kind of a weird mixture of dungeon synth and a more personalized style of dungeon synth, I would say. The Putrid March and the, what's the other one? Warped Skull and stuff like that. So yeah, there's a lot going on. He gifted me this too. It is a Merry Remus, I think, white filled, so a hand-drawn Christmas card. I have had this tape for some time, so that should show you how long it's been since we did a proper tape delay. And there was also this. There you go. A nice card, reminded me of Sabbath, but yeah, that too. Thank you for this one. And that brings us to the tape delay proper. There are more. First, let's drink.
Cheers.
Cheers, my man. So that was the intro with all the gifts and all stuff that we got for the channel. There will be some more, but mainly trades and some gifts. So yeah. Before we dive into the entire Phantom Lure, as is the next chapter, I wanted to start with this one because we are going to Altered Heresy within that bundle. But this is the demo 3 that came out on Gramschap, a Belgian label extraordinaire, if you will, one of my favorite labels together with Medieval Prophecy. That popped up, I think, about 4 years ago now, together with the entire Forbidden Temple. So you know where we are going with this. This is Dolk 11, the way they call their, or what they call their releases, if you will. This one, Altered Heresy, I talked about it, like I said in the last video, the demo 4 that was on, I think, tape on Atrocity Altar and then Go to Warx. This is on Gramschap, and this is demo 3. They are all a bit different. The first 2 demos, self-released, were, yeah, I didn't have the time to dive back in, but this is heavy on all fronts. The vocals are like an electrical storm, and compared to they are compared often to Vaal and Ravenzang and something like Walking, a tape that I showed last. But this is so much more ferocious in speed and in just overall production and whatever you want. This is much more than those bands. If that's a good thing, you have to decide for yourself, but I think it is. All the tapes have this kind of electronic feel to them that I can't put my finger on it. I don't know why it gives that vibe to me, because yeah, it is. They're all pretty mental in build up, because it's the bars. If you have the lines, that music, they are so full. The drums are constantly on attack. It's constant double bass. Yeah, it's just overload. And I've written down, I wonder if I need a full of this kind of music, because it's all demo material by now, demo 1 to 4. But yeah, check it out, Altered Heresy. It is very good, but it is an acquired taste maybe, just because it's so dense and so maniacal in some parts. The guitar, and especially on this one, has a kind of a heroic sound to it, and the sound or the production is very direct compared to the fourth demo, the LP. Yeah, last track slows down a little bit. I don't know if the track list is on here. No, there's no track list on here, but yeah, the last track on here, which it does also, I think, on the fourth demo. So there's some variation in speed. But yeah, talked about Altered Heresy enough, you would think, but when we dive into the Phantom Lure, the first thing we see is the Altered Heresy Spider God split. I want to thank the guy from Phantom Lure. I'm blanking on his name, and I don't know if that's really important, but he gifted me a grip out of his stable, because I was talking about the label some time ago. I don't know how I came up with it, but I was saying that most of the stuff, oh yeah, because of Dungeon Synth and then the Comfy Synth, the entire scene, I didn't understand. So he got back to me and he said, hey, we also do black metal, so maybe look into that. I said, yeah, why not? So he just sent me this while I ordered, or when I ordered the Altered Heresy. This is the split, and once again, it is a bit of a different sound. It's always in the same region, of course, but yeah, this is the thing I've written down, is it's layered as shit. There's an unrelenting double bass on this. It just never stops. There's 4 tracks on here: Introduction, Rites of Mystical Enchantment, Resurgence of the Slain Valkyrie, and Drinking the Dragon's Blood. It has that, yeah, like I said, unrelenting double bass. It kind of has that Motorhead beat, some Darkthrone influences here and there, especially for the drum sound. I kind of described it as Black Celeste the last time, but it is that, but is so much more ferocious. And yeah, it has something very electronic, once again, that I can't put my finger on. The Spider God was a kind of a new band for me. It has a somewhat triumphant sound, like you would find maybe in some of the Ungfell parts or the Votana stuff, especially Votana here and there. But yeah, there you go. It's like this, I think. Yeah, good looking tape. Spider God has Blood Fortress, Devil's Propaganda, The Breaking Wheel, and The Nail Through the Palm. Good band, yes. Good side to the track, yes. It has some very good breakdowns, musicality, it's all there, production's good. And they have some interesting stuff. The Ingrid Bergman EPs, or the inspired by Ingrid Bergman. So I kind of compare them to Black Metal Fantomas maybe, but they took it a step too far when they did the Black Renditions records. That is, I'm not into gatekeeping, but they will never be one of my favorite bands just for that, because I don't know where their head was with that one, but yeah, whatever. Then this is a bit harder to find, the Algol with the Osseous key. I'm sorry, not odious, but Osseous key. This one kind of popped up everywhere when it came out. A lot of people were into this one, and the cosmetics, if you will, of the tape, and the way it looks. Phantom Lure has their shit down. They have a lot of releases, because I saw one was This is 30, but I saw 57, I think, maybe the Putrid March. Let's see. Hard-hitting, attacking drums. Big J card. Look at that. Both sides. Hard-hitting, attacking drums. I've written down... yeah, it kind of reminded me of Gojira in a way because of the drums. The track Remembrance by Gojira, that kind of intensity is what the drums are sounding like. It has some great... I'm mixing up some stuff. I'm reading too much. Oh yeah. It is considered a demo, but I think it has a very full and realized sound. The production is a bit sterile to my taste. It is all very flat, but still kind of works in some weird way. It has haunting keywork, and the key works perfectly with the guitar, which is kind of dissonant, but then it's like these coiling guitar parts that are actually good, and that almost become trashy in some parts. There is a track on here, something with King, Fall of the King, that is basically a bastardized trash track, but yeah, still a very good tape. I'm not sure where the band is from. I think it's USBM, but I'm not sure. But yeah, good tape. Maybe out of the bunch, my favorites, together with the Altered Heresy. Yeah, very good stuff. Two more. One is the Medveglia and Sentiero dei Principi, two Italian bands, a tape that is devoid of vocals, so to call it black metal is a step too far, but this leans, especially the Medvega, leans into Goldfried territory, but it has, yeah, almost no variation to the tracks. I don't know what more to say. It has very oversteered dungeon synthy tracks with some black metal drumming on it. The Sentiero dei Principi, on the other hand, is more raw black metal. Also, it's just tremolo avalanche. It just keeps going. I need to listen to this once more because it's a good tape, but I have to listen to it a bit more just to finally get the sound. Two Italian bands. Then the last one is the most polarizing of the entire stack, and this is Old Nick with, let's see, No Solace in Sunlight. This is the first tape that I have of this project, which is, like I said, very polarizing. A lot of people hate it, but some people adore it, like Canyon, which is one of the guys who I was not under the impression that he was going to like it. He is loving the shit out of this project. One man, yeah, let's call it black metal just for shits and giggles. From the US, I'm pretty sure, and this is actually the first thing I heard of this guy. He popped up, I think, about 2 years ago, maybe. This is one from 2021, so from last year. All his stuff is out on Grimestone Records, which is one of those labels. I mean, it has a glitter tape, for crying out loud. Yeah, it's all very glitchy. It kind of surprised me in a way that is not as 8-bit as I expected it to be. It looks very black and white. It looks the part, but I don't know. It has something also with this one that goes into Goldfried territory, and I can't put my hand, or I can't put my finger on why I don't like this as much as something like the next tape, for example, Friedhof. It is just, yeah, it's the intention of why it is created, I think. I think Old Nick in some parts is more black metal than, for example, a Friedhof, but it is the intention. It is like what I've written down, it's like porn. German porn has that more trashy, dirty sound.
Hast du meine Scheiße?
For example, this is Hast du meine Scheiße, and this is Bang Bros, if you will. But then, but then black metal. in the black metal contest.
Okay, bro.
Well, both are not black metal, so it's kind of hard, but I'm looking into it for an article I'm doing. But yeah, Phantom Lure, while it's not going to be 100% my taste in black metal, it is, it's a bit too colorful, a bit too poppy here and there, but when it's good, it is very good, and I think a lot of people will like the Algol, that's a tip, and then definitely look into the Spider Gods and Altered Heresy, which is an excellent split in my opinion. And once again, these tapes don't need, or definitely Old Nick doesn't need my my hype to have it sold, because they are selling out everywhere. That was part one. We'll dive into Friedhof, and then we'll see, we'll go on and on and on. We'll see you in part two. We are listening to Mesmerism, the tape on Feral Heart that just came out. I'm sorry. For part one, my apologies. I was, distracted by running water above my head and a lot of stuff going on, so I gave my partner a lot of editing to do, but we'll see what it comes out to be. Talking about Altered Heresy and the ferociousness of the Belgian black metal scene, or the diversity of the Belgian black metal scene. Rites of Pestilence uploaded this today, and this is called Brakel with Akelven. This is the first tip, if you will, but it's not the tip of the week. But yeah, it is a very weird tape. I have no idea where it's coming from. It's a Belgian release, that's why I'm talking about it today, or right now. Power electronics, some keys, some dungeon stuff, and some black metal, but it's even more demanded than something like Altered Heresy is, for example. So yeah, check it out. It's out on Final Agony, so I don't know what distribution it will get in Europe. I think Signal Rex will pick it up, but yeah, we'll see. Then into the second part of the tape delay. The first thing I was going to show, and this is once again the German porn, if you will, Friedhof, Victims of Illusion, his third full length after the two I've shown, the white ones that were previously tape releases and then put out through DOD, Dominance of Darkness. This is Dominance of Darkness and Mos und Efeu 59 and number 2. Like I said, his third full length, sorry. He has this big portal site where all his releases are on, and one or more of these tracks were presented on that. I'll try and find it and link it again. I think I did it the last time. Hail BSOD, Bastard Son of Darkness. Nothing has changed. It goes from the best track on here without a doubt is fucking Black Magic in My Blood. That one is stuck in my head since I had this tape, and I just keep listening to it. It goes from weird dungeon synths to there's a Corneus cover on here, Grausamkeit medley. There's a trance remix of his own track, which is, I don't know. I still don't know why I liked it so much, but yeah, it just does. But there you go, Dominance of Darkness. And if you look at what's coming out on Dominance, it seems there is a lot more Siegfried, Goldfried, Friedhof, whatever you want to call it, coming out. So there you go. German porn music. Cheers, Siegfried. All right, then what to do first? Maybe this one. This is from a trade I did with Vlad from Russia, one of the hottest countries in the world right now. Vlad is from Horrible Room, that label, and I put up some skateboarding VHSs. Just, I didn't need them anymore, and I was asking if anybody wanted them. He wanted them, and he was trading some tapes for it. First thing I got was the Black Crute and Leshy tape. This one on Dead Hymns and Horrible Room. Now, Black Crute is one of the bands that is made up of one of the guys from Nachtlich. It's just a blue tape. Nothing more, nothing less. It's the bigger guy from Nachtlich, not the other one. And It kind of surprised me when I looked into their Metallum to see how many bands they are actually in, the two of them. It is basically all in Russian except for the Black Crude, which is a Canadian band. But yeah, there's a lot of Russian on here, which I really can't read, but there you go. Really kind of a hard-hitting tape, because these are both bands that are on top of their game. I wouldn't say new bands, maybe because they have members that have been doing shit a long time, maybe in different bands, but you know what I mean. Black Crude is more, it is hard-hitting but mid-tempo, and it's less punk than all the other bands that he is in, more, less punk-oriented, if you will. The new Nachtlicht was definitely not punk, but there is some punk stompers in there. This one is not. This is mid-tempo black. As for the Leshy track on this one, it is very slow for the pace they have on their other tapes, their full length, but it's this non-stop bass line that the entire track is built upon or around, and it kind of has this folky, yeah, like an old folk song, and they took that structure to build the entire track on, so that's kind of where they are going with this one. Yeah, very good split from both. Kind of a different sound than what they do on their full lengths respectively, but yeah, still very good to have this one in the collection. And then the other one was the Side Cut Slave with the extremely Russian title that I have no idea. I didn't inquire as to what it meant, but yeah. This is the tape. I don't know if this is the official tape on Fellow Field or that because he was going to dub me a version, but it looks the part if you know Fellow Field. Comes with this Billy Club, and they been around for a long time. I was under the impression that the entire Horrible Room, Side Cut Slave, all these bands were kind of new, but if you look into it, they already had a demo in 2013, which is basically a long time ago. The Batcave Skinheads. I have no idea what this is called, but this is from 2020. But yeah, very good skinhead punk, black metal, stompy. There, I talked about it some time ago, but yeah, very good, and very thank you very much for sending me these tapes, sending them my way. I'm stumbling over my words today, I don't know what's up. We're going to cut it here.
More
and then,
beer!
Yeah, more beer. See you in part 3. A little less beer and a little more focus. I'm all over the place today, so we'll see what this is going to be. This is a tape. It's coming in this nifty little box, and this is sent to me by Mr. Andreas Yasumi, and he is the mastermind, if you will, behind the band Vaticinal Rights. This is this tape. We started talking about, I don't know how we got to talk. I think I just discovered this this demo. This is on Dry Cuff Records, and I think there's an American label, maybe Caligari, that picked it up. I'm not sure. Andreas Yasumi, there you go. He is the guitarist and vocalist. Lead guitar and bass, sorry. Yeah, there you go. The fact that it's been picked up by a US label, I was thinking Gurgling Gore for a second, but it should be the other one. Very good tape in the sense that it kind of looks back to what happened in Florida, like a lot of death metal does, I guess. But it is death metal, but it has those nicely sharp blackened edges that makes it just a little bit more than just a Florida worship. Comes with these 2 little stickers and a flyer, it seems, with some extra artwork. There you go. Nice little letter to me. It has not so the old Florida scene. It has everything you need to make a good death metal demo. But it has a kind of a modern sound with the black edges or the black touches that I was talking about. It has a thick groove, heavy breakdowns, like I said, everything you need, and some solos that are not too overbearing. So yeah, I would recommend picking this up if you are into some blackened death metal. It is not too blackened, it is not Titan Blood, for example, but yeah, it has good vibes, if you will. Thank you, Andreas. That's that. That went a little better. Now, into something that I talked about a little bit in the past. This is the tape portion that I got from Ritual Abuse, Mr. P. And the first thing to talk about is this one, the Morbid Romance The Plagued Years boxed set. What this is basically a compilation of their demo material. This is a US black metal band that is not that old, I think. They intentionally make it hard for you to find info on them, to find digital files on them, to hear their music, if you will, because it's all analog and they intend to keep it that way. They have 2 demos out, and then there is this demo compilation. A US black metal band with an affinity for the French scene, not just the Légion Noire, but yeah, everything mid-90s, slow-paced, too frantic, everything you want. There are some Burzum influences in there. They talk a lot of stuff. There's an article in Arcane Altar, I think volume 2, yes, that gives a bit more insight into what they are doing, but as I said, there is not much to find. 2 tapes in here. The way these are, or the way they are looking, is incredible. I think Ritual Abuse is doing a very good job with all these releases, but this is very good. Sir Lailes, I think, or Raleigh, vocals, lyrics, guitar, keys, and composition, and then Lord Gallows. So it's basically a one-man band, but he has help doing the recordings, if you will. It has it's called Morbid Romance, and that's not why I'm saying this, but it has this romantic feeling to the music. He wears this kind of white piratey shirt. The photos, or the few photos that are going around, or that made it to the web or in zines, kind of, yeah, give it that feel too. I'll see if I can dig up the pictures. There you go. This is the article for Morbid Romance. Sir Lales, it says here. Here's some more pictures, but yeah, love it. So yeah, that is that. Yeah, I dig it very much. I don't know if they are working on a full length. If you read the article in Arcane Archivist, it's like it's up in the air if they are still doing stuff or working on stuff. I have seen them pop up on a French label or a French named label. It's all very confusing, but they played a live show, it seems, in New York, so I guess they are still active. Then the second thing he got me is the H.P. Lovecraft, The Rats in the Walls, and this is yeah, sort of a book on tape, if you will. I haven't had the time to listen to it, but it's one of the one of the special things he is doing, because they started out as a mixtape label, bootleg label, if you will, but now it's a label. The funny thing is that it's on a 94 basic Russian learning the language tape, which I had a chuckle about with him. Yeah, it is an H.P. Lovecraft, like I said, tale, but I don't know too much about it. One of the novels that he did. Comes with a nice Ritual Abuse stamp, which I always get a boner for, a nice stamped tape. But yeah, this will be one of those tapes that on a night I will pop it in, and I am sure to enjoy it. That's the 2 releases from him, one bootleggy, one official release, and then 4 more tapes that he got, or that I got from the distro, and one through Discogs. These are the first 3 Mordstreich, I'm not sure what the label is called, but the first 3 Dead Strikes, 1, 2, and 3. Here we go. I'll look at them in order. Let's take my notes a bit for these. Yeah, here we go. The first one is, here we go, Blutschwur and Maleficent. I hope that shows up because it's dark artwork. Ancestral Might is what the split is called. This is a split between two US entities or US bands. The Blutschwur had a release on Asgard, a 10-inch that came out last year, which was one of the bands that was in the new medieval, uplifting US scene, if you will. The Armored Stomp will prevail. This is the J card for that one. And Maleficent is one of the more prolific acts out of the US BM scene. Love that picture. But that I really don't have releases of, so yeah, I don't know why it just didn't come. Temple of the Solar Obelisk. Music-wise, the Blutschwur has 2 tracks on here. 2 very good, very hard tracks, if you will. The second track, kinda, yeah, it's kind of too fast for its own good, because the guitar is trying to keep up with something that isn't there. For it just goes so hard, but then these kind of gang vocals come in that just lifts the track over its high point, and it's just 2 very good tracks that make me, together with the 10-inch, make me long for a full length, definitely. The Maleficent is just a storm of high-pitched tremolo vocals, high-pitched tremolo picking guitar, high-pitched vocals. Yeah, very hatred-filled, echoing, deep, everything you want. But yeah, like I said, it's my first release that I have of them. The second one, they are all kind of this slipcase with the 2 knights destroying each other. The second one is the Tode Schloss with Undying Majesty. There you go. I think US, but I'm not sure. This is the second demo by this band, or this one-man project. There's not that much info. It is kind of a mix between yeah, kind of hard to describe. There is some power electronics in here, there is some synth work in here, but it's mainly just black metal. It's considered the second demo, but it feels more like a full, just because, oh yeah, there's 3 men here, Hammer, Ice Kum, and K. There you go. J cards. A full, because when you listen to the first demo, which is called The Dimensions of Triumph and Destruction from 2020, to this, it's just a leap in production. Yeah, it just hits very, very hard. It has 5 tracks on here. Gaul, Encircled and Chained Within the Depths, Wraths of the Gods, Engulfed in the Flames of Imperial Pride, Meditations on Execution. Thunderous sounds. And the only thing, or the only negative thing I can say, is that it is such a big sound that the vocals are, you know, they can't keep up. They need to be more bigger and bolder in the production, I guess, because it is such a heavy sound. Guitar and synth sync up, and they give it this Hitchcockian drama in some parts. It's just very, very good, especially on the Wrath of the Gods. Yeah, very good production. But yeah, a tape to look forward to, or to look forward to the full length by Tode Schloss. And then the last one on Mordstreich, same slipcase, is the Odious Hiss, A Vial of Putrid Hockle. This is a Northumberland, UK act, if you will, or a black metal band that had their demo last year on Cold Beach on vinyl, and then the tape was through Hutchin Pit. Now the UK version is still through Hutchin Pit, but this is, they picked the US version for Mordstreich. That's this. The first one already had that kind of industrial feel that a lot of the Hutch and Pit stuff does. This one kind of has Nine Inch Nails vibes, in my opinion, my humble opinion. It is not really industrial, but it has that Nine Inch Nails feeling in some places. Yeah, dual guitar, the vocals, there's dual vocals on here, it doubles up, and it feels a bit more virile than the first demo. So once again, a very good demo. The last thing from that batch, and then we are almost through, is the Magic Mountain from Blinding Sun. This is the one of the Boul God projects. This is on palette Vesture. And I've already shown the LP version of this. This is the tape version. All handmade, limited to 30 copies. And I got this from Sean. I don't know what else to call him. He disappeared from Instagram after a lot of people didn't get their tapes, but yeah. I was lucky to get mine. It's all hand-pasted, hand-cut on here. It looks very good, and I was actually lucky enough to score this version of that one. Magic Mountain Hotel und Kurhaus Berghof comes with this handmade booklet. All the pages kind of echoes the LP artwork. And to read you what the artist himself wrote: full-length LP of incoherent, rhapsodic, literally futile black metal, continuing the march toward insignificance that the project embarked upon by its debut in 2019, and so forth and so forth. Why I'm not going to talk too much about this one is because this is kind of the prelude to what's happening next week. We are going to do another talk with Boul God, and this will be heavily talked about and what it's all about in the next episode of Grondwerk. But yeah, that is part 3, and we will see each other in part 4. I kind of lost count at what section we are in or what part this is, but we are listening to Friedhof, Victims of Illusion now, a tape that has been playing a lot lately, just because it's fun. Into the very, very last part, maybe 2 parts, we'll see. These are 2 tapes from The Throat. Yes, you heard that correctly. The Throat, the Dutch label that was defunct, I thought, for a long period. But it seems they are back with a bang because they already put out their second batch. This was from the first batch, and this is Zennevinster and, here we go, Vrasi Mendur, I think, with demo 2, Murder Minded. The first one is Zennevinster, the self-titled, and this is by unknown members, but it's K and T, I think, yes, recorded in 2019 and 2020. 2 long tracks, I think Twilight is side A, and then Winter's Gloom, I think. The first track is 21 minutes, the other one is 16, something around that. Not much info, but that is the deal with The Throat. Yeah, just a Dutch label that has a lot of releases. I don't think there is a number on here, but yeah, I think they're in the hundreds by now. 2 tracks that are, it kind of feels somewhat improvised in some parts. It has, once again, a huge, full, ever-going sound that is, is too crazy to mention. It is very unrelenting. Like I talked about it in with Pale Moor, that's the feeling you get when you're in a winter storm. You know, look the title, you are climbing up the mountain, it just keeps hitting you. The drum fills crack through it like a thunderstorm. So it's 2 very good tracks, but it's basically too much to listen to in one setting. If you listen to track 1, you need a break, and then you can start by listening to track 2. So this is a very intense listen, the Zennevinster. The other one, those names, Vrasi Mendur, I think it's called, Murder Minded, is more on the edge of black metal and death metal, the combination. They had the They had demo 1, I think, in 2018, and that was, if you look at the logo and the way it's been written, it is from a time that they were closely linked to the Black Plague Circle from Bosnia. I don't know what happened there, but they kind of went their own way, and this is more, because the other one also had a Bosnian influenced title. It's called Vrase Kayan, something like that, with a lot of umlauts. But yeah, that was from 2018 on Black Gangrene. This is out on the Throat, and it's just simply called Murder Minded. A bunch of tracks on here, all clear tapes. But these came in a little bit too late to fully get into my head. But yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 tracks on here. There we go. And like I said, they already did another drop, so that to those that made themselves into my willful enemies. Crazy people from the Netherlands that do even crazier music. Yeah, that's that. The Throat, they are back. Then one of our favorite Belgian labels. Let's do the build up. The first one is a tape that they distributed because it's out on Labyrinth Tower in 2021. This is Tra, T-R-H-A with, where is it? There you go. I don't know what it's called actually. It is in Tra lore, if you will. It is unreadable. The logo is unreadable. Everything is unreadable. But a US black metal band. Here we go. I found it. And Legon Tonech, something like that. I don't even know what language this is on. Love this picture. There you go. Someone described it as Twin Peaks black metal, and it's actually not that far off from what it sounds like. Like I said, this is distributed in Europe by Babylon Doom Cult, but it's a Labyrinth Tower release. I remember when Tra first came up through the Ixiol label, a lot of mystical releases, a lot of mysticism around the band. There's nothing much known. They're a duo. And in comparison this to the Nove Caceno, something like that, record, that was symphonic raw black metal on 45 speed. This is very atmospheric, almost not black metal, if you will. Yeah, like I said, Twin Peaks black metal, especially track 1 and 4. Someone is really trying his best to destroy the hi-hat on this one because the drumming is ferocious. But yeah, when it delves or dives into the ambient tracks, it's just basically mainly pure ambient on this one. The vocals are very deeply buried in echoing sounds, and I don't think there's a guitar on here, although I'm not sure. Yeah, it's basically synth galore. It buries itself in layers of layers of layers of synth. Very cacophonic, and it's more atmosphere than it is music. So yeah, an ambient release by Tra with some flourishes of death metal, of course. Then the Apovrasma, one of their tape releases. It seems Babylon Doom Cult finally jumped on the tape craze, if you will, if it's not over by now. And it's called Gaia's Revenge, a Belgian release, a second demo for this band. The first one was The Scourge of Basan from 2020. One-man project, lyrics by Scum. All music written and recorded by Scum in the winter and spring of 2021. It is a 4-tracker, Awakening Fury, Revenge and Death. Yeah, thanks to the Pandkaker, Alkerdeel, Up Yours, Mag, and Io and Leslie from Babylon Doom Cult. It has a very intentional, it seems, flat production. It feels very old, but it's, yeah, it is. It has these weird buzzing, driving synths underneath. The drums and the bass are intertwined. The bass has a very prominent role on this one. That's why I thought it was the bass player for Alkerdeel at first, but it seems I am mistaken. Yeah, folk influenced here and there. There are some Lugubrum flourishes, but it seems the Greek, as you can see by the lettering, the old Greek scene and Beherit are the main influences here. So good tape, but on first listen, I didn't think it was going to be something for me, but The one that pushes through is the one that perseveres. So check it out if you will. I don't know if there are tapes left because there were just 100 tapes in total. So yeah, on Babylon. The other thing that on Babylon Doom Cult that came out is the Alkerdale box and the Day Since MMV. This is the complete works by Alkerdale. A nice clamshell VHS box, if you will. It sounds like one. It is the Speenzalvige Morinde Daidaio Asema Lede and Slonk. So all the splits and the full lengths all in a nice collected tape box, and it's very worth picking up. Peter did a hell of a job producing this, or you know, getting all the artwork together. It has a page per release. There you go. Slonk, Lede, and then some extra Lede pages. Yeah, very good looking tape box, if you will. And if you don't have everything by Alkerdale, this is, I'm not sure if it's sold out actually, but yeah, there you go. Get it, look into it. It's pricey, but not as pricey as you would think for all this music and all this artwork. There you go. We are going to get one more time and then into the last part of this giant tape delay. I'll see you in part, I guess, 5. For the people who are still watching, thank God you made it. It is the last part. I have 3 tapes left, but 2 very important or dear to my heart. One that was in the distro, so I picked it up. This is Funeral Mist in alliance with Terrozin. There you go. There is the all-known Funeral Mist that is just put out a new record. This is Funeral Mist from Peru. It was in the Ramschap distro, and this is the Promo 94 and Rehearsal or Demo 93. Yeah, from Peru. It sounds like it's from Peru, from that period or that time. Flanger sounding guitars, atmospheric vocals. The playing is all messed up, but in a really good way. You know, it's young people that are playing black metal in South America, if you will. I need to dive a bit deeper into this, but Pagan Occult, Dismembered Christ, and Dark Desires are the 3 monikers they go by. Some excellent picture work there. But yeah, it's always cool to have a compilation of material that is otherwise unobtainable, I guess. Yeah, there you go. This is still in the Ramschap distro. The Altered Heresy was also in there, the tape where we began, and now let's finish strong with the 2 Forbidden Temple tapes that came out on that label. Let's talk about this one first. This is Step into the Black Pentagram by Forbidden Temple, the Belgian band. They were in the demo phase or the rehearsal phase forever, so a full length was in the works for some time and was looked forward to some time, if that is making sense. A very cool purple tape. They had their Rehearsal 2019 tape that had, I think, From the Sword of Evil. I think so. That track was on the Rehearsal tape, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, From the Sword of Evil. So we knew that track, but it is, they made it even harder and better produced on this one, so it's not the same version as on the Rehearsal track. It has been worth the wait. I have been looking into what they have been doing, and it seems Demo 1 and 2 have come out. Demo 3 I don't think ever came out. And then 4 and 6 came out. So what happened to 3 and 5, I'm not sure. They have a bunch of stuff. Now, I am not going to talk too much about these because I'm going to do a discography video about this band, purely about this band. The only thing I am really looking for is Demo 1 from 2017, but do yourself a favor, this is available still. Pick this full length up. It seems they took their entire sound and just put it in a big cask and let it ripe for a while, just like a good beer. And it came out with a fully realized sound, and I can only hope the final release with this artwork comes out really soon. Step Into the Black Pentagram is basically their sounds purified and, yeah, just made even better or made grander. Very, very tape that showcases every aspect of what they're capable of. They started as a influencer from the Polish scene, but they grew out of it, and now they are one of the bands that are slowly developing a kind of a Belgian sound together with Moon and together with Perverted Ceremony. So they are in that realm, the cellar-dwelling, moldy black metal from Belgium, if you will. The Pact with Evil, which was their demo 2022 that is self-released but was distributed by Gramschap and Medieval Prophecy Records. I think copies are on the way to Nuclear War now, but I'm not sure. This is something different. I'm not saying that this isn't fast-paced. It is mostly mid-paced throughout their entire discography, with some faster parts. This is, I don't know if this is the direction they are going in for the future, but this is a bit, yeah, a lot more faster actually. I think the entire tempo throughout the tape is fast, if you will. Fast, heavier, more dense in production, more dense in playing. So yeah, there is a bright future for this band. But like I said, I will make a video explaining myself and explaining this a bit better, because let's face it, this has been long enough. But yeah, get the full length, do yourself a favor. Last thing that I wanted to do is thank Skograt on Instagram. I'm not sure what his real name is, and I'm pretty sure he doesn't want it out there, for the incredible print. Look on Instagram if you want to see that one. He gifted me, so thank you very much. That is it. We are still listening to the Friedhof tape, which is one of my favorites from him. It just keeps going, and it's very fun. Thank you very much. If you are still with me, we'll see each other. Next week is the Boul God. I think we're going to take a leave of absence and then come back 2 weeks after that, just to cool down a bit. We'll let you have some time to digest all the videos we have been making, and we'll see you again very soon. As for now, we'll see you next week with Alex from Boul God.